Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, we're gonna get our hops on, It's Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
Indeed it is another Brewsday Tuesday. My name is DreZ, and per usual, alongside me is Huck from hucksbeerbuzz.com. Huck.
It's the Huckster.
The Huckster.
Here with some beer.
Yeah, man.
It's a beautiful day out.
I know. I was about to say, is this not a perfect day for a little day drinking?
It is.
I'm a big fan of day drinking because you pass out earlier, and then that way you're not like... You can still wake up kind of at a reasonable hour.
See, I don't like restrictions. I'm a big fan of drinking.
Yeah.
You know, the day, night, morning, after. No, you're right. Day drinking is probably the best drinking.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's more fun that way. You get the most out of it, you know? And if you go into the night, then that's cool.
That's cool. You know, I have a shirt that says, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
And it's so true.
It is. It's just wrong.
Yeah, you gave me that shirt in
that's
the orange
right.
and maroon for the
That's
tailgating.
right.
Yeah, man, I love that shirt. So, speaking of drinking, it is Brewsday Tuesdays, and per usual, we will be untapping a couple of brews. And I see you got growlers, so I'm assuming this is something straight from the tap.
Yeah, right.
Something local, perhaps?
Yeah, you know, we're on a local radio show here, so I went around to some of the local folks and begged for some beer, and you know what? They were forthcoming. This beer comes from Right Mind Brewing, otherwise known to you people who have been around here for a while as Lefty's Bar and Grill.
Yes, I was very excited to see that Lefty's was not only moving to a larger location so they could, share their delicious food with more people, but also that they're brewing their own beer, which is fantastic. They always had a good beer selection, but now that they're making their own stuff, man, I'm pretty excited to give it a try.
Yeah, Evan the brewer's been in there working pretty hard. These are the first two beers they've brewed. They're coming up with a Irish stout for St. Patty's Day, which we may get a shot at next week.
Okay, yes, we have to do something.
Yeah,
St.
if it's
Patty's
ready,
Day.
you know.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We'll be a little before St. Patty's.
So what's you say that they got two? You got two with us. We'll do the next one later. But what's this first jam that you poured me?
This first beer is their ESB, which is a English style of ale. It's called Extra Special Bitter. That's what ESB stands for, Extra Strong Bitter. But it's not really a bitter beer. You know, it's not like a hoppy beer or an IPA. It's actually a very malty beer. It's just a really, really generalized English brown beer. If you're going to have a beer in England, you're going to have... Right, a pint.
You're going to go have a pint at the pub.
I'd like a pint of your best bitter.
Yeah, I went kind of Irish with that, but
I did too.
Yeah, I'm not super.
Sometimes I do Southern England, you know, y'all. I don't know.
It's not English at all. But yeah, man, it's got a nice color. It's got a nice dark kind of amber color to it. And you said so. ESB stands for Extra Special Bitter, but that this is not extra bitter.
No, it's
that
not.
Doesn't sound like something I would like.
It's kind of a knockoff on the name. The name doesn't really mean what you think it means. You know.
Yeah, definitely not too bitter.
No, it's very smooth, very malty. This is a good beer too, by the way.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
Kind of liking this.
It's not bad. No, not bad. It is a bit malty.
It's got nice lacing. Here we got some nice head on it. It's nice and perfectly carbonated. You know, a lot of times brewery starts out, you never know what's going to happen. But this particular one looks like we're starting out pretty good.
It's not bad. You said it's well carbonated. I'm not seeing too many bubbles. Like mine seems a little on the light side, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be for an ESB. I'm not an expert in ESBs.
Wait. Actually, remember we had a little technical difficulty with the growler.
Oh, that's right.
So we lost a little effervescence
He pulls his growler out of the cooler. He's like, oh, one of them's leaking. And then he pops the top, and it looks like the actual growler broke off. So we might be drinking glass here.
Hey, it's good for you.
If I start choking, you have to just take over because my esophagus is
That
bleeding.
would not be good, but I would. It'd be like, oh, they're banned from the radio waves now because Huck was like running this board.
Local DJ dies while drinking beer on air and chokes on broken glass growler. I don't like that headline. It's not good.
No,
doesn't have a good ring to it.
It's just a tiny bit, and the big chunk fell out.
So, but there is probably some in there. I thought you got the whole chunk. I was joking.
Glass sinks. It's okay.
Oh, Jesus.
We won't drink the very last.
Well, I don't see any. And that's the other thing is this is a pretty dark beer, so it would be hard to see it. It actually would match the glass
Actually,
color.
a plot against your life.
Oh, man. Oh, my Lanta.
Figured out. We figured out how to kill you with glass.
Yeah, but this isn't too bad. I don't know how many. What's another like ESB beer that I could maybe associate this with? Because I'm trying to even think if I've had any of this style before.
I don't think I can give you one.
Pretty.
I really don't think there's a beer.
Pretty rare.
Had. Well, just here it is in England, not at all. A lot of breweries. If you go,
Boddington's, is that?
Yeah,
an ESB?
Boddington's probably make one. If you go to a brewery that makes English style beers and you get the taster, you probably got one of these, but you probably thought, oh, brown beer. You know?
Just don't
they're
even.
very
really
similar,
think about
actually, in my opinion. Somebody's going to say that's wrong, but I think they're very similar. I find them
to like a brown ale.
Yeah, brown ale. You know, it's kind of boring. It's kind of malty.
Yeah,
you know, there's nothing exciting.
Yeah,
about it.
if you had told me this was an ESB, I would have probably guessed it as a brown ale.
But the thing is, these are great
carbonated.
beers if you're sitting around with your friends, throwing some darts, of course. You know.
Do you know the ABV on this bad boy?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
5? So
yeah.
just kind of all around, just a
IBUs,
beer.
I think,
beer's
were 26 or 29. I can look it up, but it's one or the other. So it's not very hoppy. It's not IBUs or your hop rating, international, bitterness units, IBUs. So it's just a good beer. You know, I think he's starting out pretty mellow, making some regular beers,
some basics.
And
you got to think about it. They're a restaurant, so they're looking for a beer that's going to just pair good with just eating food.
Right, and that's I'm glad you brought that up. There's interesting, there's an interesting dynamic here. I'm a big fan of Lefty's restaurant. I used to go there in the old location.
Yeah, definitely.
And eat all the time. It's nice, pretty busy. Tight. So the extra room they have now takes up, gives you a lot more space. But the crowd that comes there to eat is like a local Blacksburg crowd. You see, there's the mayor. You see different people, and I'm kind of outside. I've only been here 5 years, but it's interesting that when I go there, like I'm a bar guy, so if I'm going to drink a beer, I show up at 8:30, right? And I walk in there like, we're just going to give the last call now. And I said,
they have very odd hours over
well,
there.
I mean, they were a restaurant first, but they're actually expanding those. They told me they're going to go to midnight on weekends, maybe longer.
That would probably
Thursday,
be a
Friday,
wise
Saturday.
decision.
Yeah. But I'm like, let me get my walker because now I had my 5 o'clock dinner and I drink until 9. So now I get my walker. I'm going home now. See you all later. That was really good. But I give them a hard time. But hey, I give everybody a hard time.
But you know what's crazy? I mean, I guess they just opened, a couple weeks ago or something at the new location? How long?
About 2 months, I think.
Has it been 2 months already?
Right after the first year.
Because it's still so packed. Like, I've tried to go, and the wait's just been ridiculous. And
it was packed before they moved.
Well, that's because I feel like it's tripled the size. They got the old
at least,
So, I mean, you think it might be a little bit, but I guess it must be great out there. I haven't been able to go yet.
Yeah. Well, the thing is prime time's tough.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind sitting at the bar, I've always gotten a seat at the bar.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give that a try next time.
And they got some tall bar tables that are always full, but that place is packed. I mean, they're doing great.
Yeah,
and I mean, the food is good. I mean, usually I don't even write about food or talk about food, but in this case, here we have a really good restaurant that now we hope is going to have really good beer.
Yeah.
I see this being a good thing.
If their brewer is any as good as their chef is, then
Correct.
yes, they're in good hands because they do have some great food over at Lefty's. But all right, let's go ahead and untap this ESB. Go first, my good sir. This is Untapped. Of course, DreZ Drinks on Untapped. If you want to follow and friend me, you can, of course, find Huck's Beer Buzz on there as well. Untapped, you rank a beer from 1 through 5. What do you give the Right Mind Brewing Company's ESB?
Well, we've talked before about my Untapped scores. And in this particular case, this beer was given to me this morning by who? The brewer.
Oh, yeah. So you give them a little extra love.
I give them a lot of extra love.
Especially if it was free. I'll even give a little extra love with that.
But, I mean, my rule is this beer does not suck in any way, shape, or form. It's a tasty beer. I gave it a 5 because the brewer worked hard. Ooh. He stepped up and gave us some beer to drink and taste for him. And he's taking a risk because he's new. This is his first beer. And so we're like, we have a bit of his fate in our hand. I'm sure we're going to be nice about it. But I give him a 5.
Yeah,
technically, I'd probably give this beer a 3.75. I'm going to score it. But on my Untapped, it will be a 5.
Okay. I like how you're like, I'm going to give it a 5, but really it should be a 3.75. As well, I'm going to be might be a little generous just because, they were kind enough to hook it up. And, of course, this is his first run at it. Like you said, this is his first batch as well. Sure, there's room for improvement. But like you said, it's just kind of a drinkable beer. There's really nothing too special, but nothing bad about it either. So if you look at a 1 through 5 range, your average beer is a 3. I'd say it's a little bit above that. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5.
There you go.
And yeah, man, it's not bad at all. ESB from Right Mind Brewing, aka over at Lefty's in Blacksburg. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will try another one. And this is another reason why I didn't want to give too big of a score, because I think that I'm gonna like the next one even more.
I know how you are, brother.
We'll wait and see about that. Either way, Brewsday Tuesday round 2 will be coming up next after this little ditty on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.
How about another round for Brewsday Tuesday? Here is DreZ and Huck.
Another round. I know I'm ready. It is Brewsday Tuesday. I'm DreZ.
And I'm Huck.
That's right. Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz. The beer blogger himself is in the hizzy, pouring some brewskis. And this one's looking pretty damn good, if I might say so.
DreZ to me.
Yeah, it definitely does. Look at the head on that bad boy.
Well, I poured it hard.
You did pour it hard, but I like seeing, a lot of people, I go into, college. It's funny, like, people just didn't understand the proper beer pour in college. You learn that head's a bad thing. Of course, I guess if you're waiting in a long line at a kegger, you want as much beer in your cup as possible.
I don't think I've ever said those words, head's a bad thing. But in any case,
in college, you didn't? Not even in college?
But if you watch Hugh Sisson, who's the guy with Heavy Seas, and he says you take a 12-ounce can, you pour it high into this thing, get a good head, it releases all the flavor.
Yeah, that's what I was told too. You really want to get that head. And actually, I've been taught from a couple different beer guys the proper way to pour a bottle of beer. And really what you want to do is have it go, up from the glass a little bit, right to the bottom, and pour about, I think, a third or up to a half of the bottle in there, because it'll fill it up because it's mostly head.
Right.
Let that simmer down a little bit, then you pour the rest in. And leave yourself probably an inch and a half ahead on that.
In a bar situation, they should just hand you the bottle in that glass, and you can top it off as need be. But, there's a couple of places, they come to mind, that they actually fill the glass up to no head every time. I want to say Capital Ale House is one of those, where they actually try to give you a beer with absolutely no head.
And I guess depending on the brew,
I don't know where it is. It's in Columbia, Maryland. It's like it's named like a.
Is it just a thing like that, or do they?
It's
not
just the way they do there. No, this way the guy does it is he's like this great beer. They probably got 30 taps.
And it's cool because that way you're thinking, oh, I'm getting the most bang for my buck, get the whole glass full, but. Depending on the beer, you really do want to have a little head on there because, like you said, it kind of unleashes the aromas and stuff. It really makes it more enjoyable.
Well, the other factor is these are regular pint glasses. These are 16-ounce pint, shaped pint glasses. But an imperial pint that you would get in England, and it's a lot of good beer bars. I believe they have them at the River Mill, but they don't always give them to you unless you're regular. But anyway, that's 20 ounces. So if you're going to put a head on it, you're still getting 16 ounces of beer. You're still getting a pint.
That would be the way to do it. But, okay, I digress. So what did you just pour for me?
This is Right Mind Brewing's Citra Wheat.
Which sounds right up my alley, like you said.
Hashtag unfiltered.
Yeah, definitely hashtag unfiltered. It's kind of like the other one, a little, cloudy for sure. Can't really see the fingers on the other side of the glass, but much, much lighter of a color on this one. And
well, I spoke to the brewer. He said he didn't put any finings in it, which is what clears it up to some extent. He says he may do that on the next batch.
I like it looking like this, and I'm getting. Because of the way you poured it, I am getting some good aroma off there. It does smell very citrusy.
Yeah, well, that's the Citra hops. That's what that is. Yeah.
All right, well, here's nothing. I hope it's not, because I'm pretty excited to try this. I hope I haven't been building it up too high in my mind that I'm going to be disappointed, but we'll find out, I suppose.
Yeah, you don't want to get too high in your mind. And he's drinking. He's looking. He's smiling.
That's delicious.
Smiling.
No, that's very good, actually.
Yeah.
And this is also his first round. At this.
This may have actually been the first beer he made.
Oh yeah.
The other than the ESB may have been the second. I wasn't clear. It was like before noon this morning when I picked these up, and I don't really get going about 1 in the afternoon.
So do they only have those two?
No, he's also making I think I said Irish stout.
Oh, but that's not ready yet.
It's so almost ready.
If we went to Lefty's today,
he's got a pale ale in there, right? Yeah, they're not serving, but they have a pale ale, And if it had been time to drink this morning,
So
I'd
now-
have
but
had that, but I haven't yet.
So, but right now, these are the only two on tap.
Correct.
Available
These are the only
if you
two.
go into the restaurant
right.
today.
Unless he added the pale ale today and or the stout, the Irish stout.
I can tell you right now, my vote would say, I'd say try that Citra Wheat. But of course, I mean, the ESB wasn't that bad either.
No, it's good beer. I think that's what we're going to find is these are going to be good beers. The guy's really careful. He worked for the one in Salem.
I don't know.
The brewery. Anyway, I'll think of it in a minute. I don't know.
So it's not his first rodeo, is what you're saying.
No, it's not.
All right, well, that's good.
But he worked for the owner before.
You just hit your key fob. Your lights out there are blinking at me.
Oh yeah,
I'm like a little monkey. ADD. I'm so distracted.
well, I'm gonna have to get like a shade, a blackout shade here.
There we go.
Of course, we're waiting for the radio station to go off the air. We were told that in the middle of our show tonight, the other station was going to go off the air.
Yeah, they've been having some technical issues. Whatever. If it happens, it happens. If not,
if I hit the red button and everything blows up, I'm going to be pretty pissed.
well, we'll cross that bridge.
Actually, I'll probably be pretty excited.
Yeah, you wouldn't be pissed.
We'll have it
Why
on
would you?
film. Yes.
Yes. Speaking of which, yeah, if you do want to see, we do. Huck over here, he videotapes our Brewsday Tuesdays, and you can check those out on the YouTube. On the YouTube, them kids been doing these days.
Everybody does it.
And have you changed your name? Is it still Huck Finn?
I don't know what's
you need to
going
get around
on
to that.
there, but if you search Brewsday
You got the link on
Tuesday,
hucksbeerbuzz.com.
I put up on Huck's Beer Buzz.
All
So
that social
another
media.
interesting point about lefties,
Okay.
interesting point about lefties is that before it was.
Did you say inappropriate?
Inappropriate. Before it was lefties, it was a Mexican
at the new
restaurant,
location,
right?
El Guadalupe.
And before that, it was a
Chinese joint.
Chinese joint.
Yes.
And they left the decorations on the booths of these intricate, almost looks like ivory carvings. It's very, very Eastern.
From when it was the Chinese
Yeah.
place?
So I'm thinking maybe the name should be Refties.
Or wait a minute, actually, because it was El Guadalupe, then it was the Chinese joint.
Oh, was it?
and
Okay.
then, right?
I think it was. I don't know.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I think the Chinese stuff looks old, but
Because why would they have had that? Why would El Guadalupe have left that up?
I don't know.
But Lefty still has it up.
Still up. It looks good. I mean, it's really interesting art.
So until they take it
that
down,
was
it's
an inappropriate
Refties.
joke, and I'll apologize.
Yeah, you racist.
Yeah.
Why be so racist, man?
I'm a racer. I go fast. Wrecks my trucks. I must go fast.
Yeah,
Let's not go there.
Yeah, that's something else for another day. Anywho, this is a pretty damn good brew, man. I must say. What's the guy's name again? That's over there doing
Evan.
this? Evan.
Yeah.
Hey, kudos to you, Evan. I'm digging the
Evan's the man.
Citra Wheat from Right Mind Brewing. I think I'm gonna untap this bad boy first. Once again, DreZ Drinks on Untapped, Huck's Beer Buzz on Untapped. It's a 1 through 5 rating. The app is pretty handy dandy, especially if you're like us and
Can't
a beer
remember
enthusiast. Yeah, I've referenced it so many times because people are like, "Oh, have you tried this? Did I like this?" You can pull it up, see what you thought about it, leave a comment, all that good stuff. The Citra Wheat, I like the color, I like the aroma, I like the taste, I like the price.
I don't think that goes into the analysis.
It did for yours, didn't it?
One of my 5 favorite beers.
Anywho, that aside, seriously, a straight up rating of this, not because they were kind enough to give us free growlers. Citra Wheat's probably a solid 4. Maybe I'll even give it a 4.25.
4.25.
4.25 out of 5, man. This is my
magnanimous.
style of beer. It's tasty, and if this is his first rodeo of it, man, this is his first brew of it. Mad kudos, and obviously it's probably only going to improve.
Yeah, it's going to get better. This is good beer.
It is.
I'll go in at a 4 on it. I mean,
give it
I
a
think
4?
it's good. Yeah, because beyond being, the Citra really makes it for me. If you're going to have a wheat, you got to flavor it for me. You know how I am. So, but it's really good. I think it turned out real nice. I think,
especially on a day like this, man. This is the perfect summer day drinking beer right here. Absolutely.
So you were talking about the free beer. You know what my 5 favorite beers are?
Free. And
First one is the beer I have in my hand. The second one is the beer I remember. So we can say Two Hearted Ale from Bell's. The third beer is one I make, so I like that. That's my favorite.
Are these
beer.
your all-time favorites?
My all-time favorite. The fourth one is my next one, whatever it's going to be, and my fifth one is a free beer. So this has got two of the 3 categories.
That's in the top 5.
Yeah, it's like 2 of the top 5 right now. It's free, and it's my next beer.
There you go. So wait a minute, you say 2 is 2 heads?
Yeah, that's probably. You say, what beer do you remember?
I was just like off the top of your head.
Yeah, Two Hearted Ale. I remember that. It's a good beer. I had one the other night.
That's
but I've like my top 10 beers. I don't know if it changes, but that's always there. I like Heavy Seas, their IPA. I like Dogfish Head 60 Minute. I had one the other day. I was somewhere. That's all they had that was really drinkable for me. Very good beer.
Dogfish Head
60 Minute IPA.
60 minutes.
60 minutes.
That's what you said.
60 minute. Well, it's like the first real great beer ever.
Oh.
Yeah, really. I mean, some people say
Why haven't we
Anchor's,
untapped it yet? Then? Why did you bring it
Steam.
in? Brewsday Tuesday, man.
Well, we'll bring it in. That'll be anniversary beer.
All right.
So, but anyway, speaking of future beers, I did talk to some folks. I'm trying to get. We were talking about getting like beers from Oscar Blues made in Colorado and made in Virginia or North Carolina.
Oh yeah,
and seeing how they compare with themselves. So I'm getting in touch with them and
trying
Green
to get
Flash,
that lined up.
Yeah, and Stone.
Yeah, so we got. We try and do the theme thing. Like I'm sure we'll do some St. Patty's Day next week or whatever. But then we got a nice, pretty good gap before any like.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is what we did tonight. I mean, I got Bull and Bones is going to shoot us some beer.
Sweet.
They got Growler Taps at the Vintage Cellar. They're going to shoot us some beer. I'm going to go to 622. They have good beer on tap, so they're going to throw us a couple growlers or whatever they have. So that'll be kind of an odd thing. I'm going to ask Mellow Mushroom, the Tap House. I'm going to go around everywhere.
Yeah, man.
That's good beer. So we can, not only are we getting some good beer, we're also talking about where you can get good beer locally.
Amen. That's what this is all about. Brewsday Tuesday. Huck, I always appreciate the time, my brother, and of course the tasty brews. And shout out once again, big thanks to Lefties for hooking us up with some of their brews.
Right Mind Brewing.
Yeah, go give it a try. Yeah, Right Mind Brewing. Personally, I like the Citra Wheat. Try the ESB. See what you think. Friend us on the Untapped, and you can comment on our ratings and let us know whether you thought we suck or not. That's cool. I like constructive criticism. Brewsday Tuesday, Huck. As always, I appreciate the time and the brew, man. And we will be back with more rock right here, 105.3, The Bear.